In today's video, we delve into situations where police officers found themselves stopping their own superiors, and even the mayor of their jurisdiction discovering instances of driving under the influence. Let's dive in. In a recently released body cam footage, an Ohio police sergeant named Michael finds himself on the other side of the law, getting arrested at gunpoint. The incident unfolded at a Halloween party on October 29th. Trouble brewed when Michael's wife dialed 911, citing his refusal to leave, verbal aggression, apparent intoxication, and the possibility that he was armed. Responding officers apprehended him near his car, completely unaware that they were detaining a fellow officer holding a higher rank. As the officers instructed Michael to raise his hands and place them behind his back, it appeared that he struggled to comprehend the directives, likely due to his intoxicated state. Rather than complying by putting his hands behind his back, he initially raised them up and subsequently dropped his left hand into his left pocket. That prompted the officers to urgently command him to lift his left hand in the air, as mentioned in his wife's 911 call, that he might be armed.
Put your hands up! Hold the channel.
Holding the channel.
Put your hands up! Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Turn around, hands behind your back. Stop right there. He got out of the truck, yeah.
What's up?
Down on your knees. Just give us a second. Get down on your... Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Other hand in the air.
Put your other hand up.
Put your hand in the air, both of them. Left hand too.
At that moment, the officers noted that Michael was holding something in his left hand, but its nature remained unclear. A cop promptly informed him of his arrest and ordered him to raise both hands in the air. However, Michael persisted in keeping one hand in his pocket. Another officer raised his voice, cautioning him to swiftly withdraw his other hand from his pocket and ensure it stayed visible. The threat of being tased hung in the air. Eventually, Michael comprehended the situation, removing both hands, and officers cautiously approached to initiate the handcuffing process.
He's got something in his left hand. We can't see what it is. Put your hands up! You're under arrest! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands up! All right, Dawson, move up. Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Keep your hands
I think it's
out
a
of your pocket.
phone.
You're gonna get tased. Keep your hands out of your pocket!
As the officers approached to handcuff him, Michael disclosed that he too worked as a policeman. But why would someone with knowledge of the job and procedures not comply with their orders? This question baffled both the police and Michael himself, who struggled to provide a coherent explanation. Despite acknowledging the need to follow instructions, he couldn't articulate why he acted contrary to his own understanding. He affirmed his intention not to engage in any confrontation with them and mentioned his 35-year tenure in law enforcement.
Going 31. Are you able to switch to an area wide or an OIC switch to an area wide?
I swear to God, there's nobody in my truck. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you. I swear to God.
Well, you gotta listen to us, man.
I'm trying to. Please help me. I've been a cop for 35 years.
Well, then you gotta listen.
I know.
Then why didn't you listen? Don't blame.
The comical twist in this arrest unfolded when Michael was discovered wearing a full Halloween party mask with white and black face paint around his eyes. The absurdity of the situation wasn't lost on anyone. How could anyone take him seriously with such a mask on? Despite his peculiar appearance, Michael reiterated that he had no intention of fighting the police. The officers, in a straightforward manner, pointed out that only after handcuffing him could they be certain of his compliance. They cautioned him to heed their instructions. In an attempt to explain himself, Michael mentioned that during the entire time, he was trying to call his daughter. Who calls their child in the midst of an arrest? Really, Michael? Really? When pressed about the altercation with his wife after the Halloween party, he conveniently omitted any reference to his intoxicated state, assuring the police that he was unarmed and had nothing on him.
There's nobody in my truck.
No, sir.
I'm not gonna fight you. Listen to me. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not fight you. I swear to God.
Well, you gotta listen to us, man.
I'm trying to. Please help me.
31, what area do you need me?
32. We got. Well, then you gotta listen.
I know.
Then why didn't you listen? Don't blame me.
Hey, man, 32. I'm with them.
Let's get out of the ring. Dude, I'm not gonna fight.
Let's get out of the ring. I'm not worried about you fighting now.
Well, I'm not going to. I don't want to do this.
You got anything, do you have a gun or anything on
I
you?
have nothing on me. Steve and I were at a party. We had an argument.
All right, have a
That's
seat.
all
Get
it
out of the
is.
ring.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
I don't know.
Can you? God, dude, can you listen to me, please?
Hey, we're in 30 minutes.
I would never hurt you. I'm a policeman.
Where at?
St. Bernard.
Okay, well, you have to listen.
I
You know,
know.
why would you not just do as you were told? It's not that difficult. You know that.
I was just calling my daughter. That's all I was doing. I was gonna get the phone call. I was calling my daughter. I just wanted her to know what was going on. And I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I wouldn't hurt
We'll
you.
talk to you here in just a minute.
Why would you think I would ever hurt you?
I don't know you.
Dude, I know you don't. I know you don't.
All right, whatever. We'll talk here in a minute.
Listen, man.
Hold on. We'll talk here in a minute.
The mayor of Lordsburg in the New Mexico boot heel found herself in hot water once again on May 28th when she was pulled over for a suspected DUI for the 4th time. Mayor Glenda Green, along with a small child, was leaving a party around 10:30 p.m. when the police stopped her. The situation took an unexpected turn when the policeman, upon approaching the car, realized it was none other than their mayor, Glenda. It was a moment of surprise for both cops, and they quickly exchanged a look of discomfort. The officer who pulled her over signaled to his colleague that there was a noticeable scent of alcohol in her car. Despite the unique situation of stopping the mayor, they decided to maintain their professionalism. They mutually agreed that regardless of the stopped individual, they had a job to do. After they asked Glenda to step out of the car, she admitted to having had 3 or 4 drinks, and then was informed that they needed to conduct a standardized field sobriety test. She attempted to leverage her position, insisting they just let her off the hook. However, they firmly communicated that they couldn't do that and that she had to follow the protocol like anyone else. The cops pointed out that they observed her swaying while standing and mentioned they had to conduct a breathalyzer test, even though they were practically her employees.
She was on the blue line. She's on the white line again. Hello, Glenda. The reason I pulled you over because you were kind of swerving back there.
It's Glenda. That's all. Alright, so let's. Who's with her?
The little child.
Or, I mean, we're going to have to do our job, though. Okay. Do our thing, but I mean, we still got a job to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay. If you want, just have her step out and we'll go from there.
Hey, Glenda, do you mind stepping out of the vehicle? We'll go over if you pick her up on my unit real quick?
And how much have you had?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
3 or 4?
3 or 4?
Okay.
Let me
talk
just
with
get
him.
him home.
Huh?
Please, let me just get him home.
Get who?
Ethan.
Oh, yeah, but you know, I'm the type of cop who doesn't give breaks, okay?
You're the type of cop that what?
That doesn't give breaks, okay? When I approached the vehicle, I did notice an odor of alcohol coming from alcohol coming from inside the vehicle, okay? I don't know what you talked to him about.
I didn't talk to him about
Okay,
it.
but when I observed you walk out, you were kind of swerving all over the place, okay? And then right now, you're just, as you're standing, you're kind of swaying side to side,
Right.
okay? Thing is, you're the mayor, okay? I'm your employee.
It doesn't matter.
I'm your employee, okay? So,
Let me just take him home.
Linda, I can't. As a matter of fact, I just went through a class on this
Okay. Let me get my phone.
2 weeks ago. Let me do this
Can
first.
I get my phone?
Well, let me do this first, okay?
Let me get my phone.
I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Let me do the SFSTs first, okay?
Right.
And then from there,
Despite Glenda's persistent requests for her phone, the cops explained that they couldn't comply. They went on to explain how awkward it was for them to pull her over, given that they're essentially her employees, and by that logic, she's their boss. The policemen even exchanged comments among themselves about the discomfort of realizing it was her. Still, they reiterated their duty to ensure the safety of everyone, regardless of who was involved. Expressing particular concern for the child in the car, one officer noted Glenda's staggering walk and once again commented on the overwhelming smell of alcohol emanating from her vehicle. Just because she's the mayor doesn't give her a free pass to do whatever she wants and jeopardize herself and others. As one of the police officers put it, she made the choice to drink and even brought more alcohol into the car while accompanied by a small child.
let me do that first, okay? It's honestly, it's awkward to me,
Alright.
okay?
Alright.
But like I said, I did observe that you're kind of swaying while you're talking to him.
Just get my phone.
You can't get your phone. Let me do the SFSTs first, and then you can get
So
your phone.
right now, Glenda, just talking with Aaron, okay? Since you are our boss, it's a
No,
conflict of interest.
I'm not saying anything because you're my boss. I'm a
No, but
boss.
it's
And
yeah.
as far as
I'm
conflict of
just-
interest, we're gonna have to contact state police, okay?
That's fine.
And that's just coming from Aaron. So.
That's fine. That's
But
fine.
I mean, as far as he has his reasons for.
That's fine.
He observed it, but as far as what
Is
we're doing
state
now,
police coming?
yes. So as far as what we need to do next, that's what we're gonna have to do, okay?
That's fine.
And now that you're standing downwind, I can smell it. Okay.
Well, I'm not
You could s-
denying it.
Yeah, we could smell it on you, and the way you got out of your vehicle, Glenda, it's not good. The thing is, I mean, there's so many things that you could have done to call us. We could have given you a ride.
Man, please get my phone.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, when I finally recognized the truck, I was like, shit. So I contacted Aaron.
Because she begged for me to let him take him home, but I can't.
When she got out, she can't even walk, bro. So that's another thing. But like I told her, our concern is Ethan, the little boy inside, because there's no way.
When she approached you, I saw her just
Yeah, she's
like all over the place.
Yeah, she's just not really bad. Like the way she stumbled, we have to do our job. I mean, it's a situation, but I mean, we have to do our job. That's what we get paid to do.
It's her choice. She decided to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways that we could have.
The officers continued their private commentary, emphasizing the need to treat the mayor like anyone else. A girl appeared, suggesting she could take the mayor home to avoid further trouble. Glenda appeared pretty frustrated, and it looked like she was putting on a show of being patient just because she knew all the cops had their body cams recording. For this reason, Glenda also mentioned that she understood and wasn't even attempting to play the boss card here. She acknowledged that they were just doing their job. The only move she had left was to ask them how much longer she had to hang around. When another policeman joined, he began instructing Glenda on the sobriety test exercises. However, it was evident that she was heavily intoxicated, struggling to walk a straight line. Her swaying movements indicated a lack of balance, almost as if she might topple over at any moment. Amidst this chaos, she began making excuses, attributing her unsteady walk to a supposed back problem. In the midst of all this, her main concern seemed to be retrieving her vape from the car. Finally, the cops reached an agreement to release Glenda with a condition that the girl who had shown up earlier would drive her vehicle home. Surprisingly, she got off with just a warning, even after confessing to having 4 drinks. The officer clarified that she was close to being arrested and was just below the .08 limit.
But it is what it is, man. We get paid to do a job. We have to treat her like everybody else, like we would treat anybody else, you know. Oh, I know. You gotta do your job. You gotta treat them like it's just anybody else. At the end of the day, we still got a job, and God forbid, or thank God she didn't wreck or anything.
God tree.
But
How much longer?
like I said, well, he's my supervisor, and like I said, they told me they have to wait for SP.
Already in route. But we
If I may.
See, look at the way she's walking right there.
you can clearly see she's from the influence.
I just don't want her to be eating or something, dude.
The thing is, I mean, even if we can watch her, you're doing your job. Well, that's all it is. Like, you're doing your job. But just her demeanor and the way she smells and the way she's walking and stuff. Yeah.
The other girl even told me, I told her to call me, and I would give her a ride, so she just popped gum in her mouth too, so she just popped gum in her mouth too, so.
go over, but I'm the third car, so let's go over that way. Well, tell me a little bit about what's going on tonight.
Let him, because I don't know what he's gonna do next. That's all.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're right there at that point. I don't think you're quite over the limit off of the clues that I saw, but I think you're right close to it. Where the limit might be 0.08, I think you're about a 0.06. Okay. So
My house is literally
right
around the corner.
I'm not gonna arrest you tonight. Okay, but yeah, don't. If you've had any, I just say don't drive. So
If you feel more comfortable, I can get a ride with her.
well, yeah, we're not gonna have you drive.
Let me take her home, and then I'll come back and then take her truck and then.
No,
Yeah.
definitely, but if you
Yeah.
wanna say you need
Yeah.
a
Can you
ride-
guys give me a ride?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'll be back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys.
This body cam footage captures the moment when an Ohio police officer was arrested for OVI in Cincinnati back in April. Tanner Williams, a 29-year-old officer, openly admits to having a few drinks at a bachelor party before getting caught for the offense. A trooper from the Ohio State Highway Patrol initially pulled Tanner over for allegedly straying outside of his lane on the highway. Tanner promptly pulled into the stop lane, handed over his ID without protest, and, as it turns out, the two officers were colleagues. However, when it comes to the law, business is business. The trooper then asked Officer Williams if he had consumed any alcohol, and he admitted to having just a little. Subsequently, the officer requested him to step out of the car.
$11.86.
You have an ID on you, man?
Yeah.
So you got a blue band there. You're in law enforcement? With Milford? Not sure where you coming from tonight, man. Kentucky. I got you. Where you headed to now? To Goshen. I got you. You're the registered owner of the vehicle? Reason why I stopped you is you traveled out of your lane back there, man. Got anything to drink tonight or anything like that? Yeah? You've had some drinks? A little bit. I'm gonna have you step out for me, okay?
As Tanner stumbled out of the car, it was pretty obvious that he wasn't on steady ground. The trooper questioned him again about how much he had to drink, and it was apparent from his sluggish speech and wobbly stance that it was more than just a little. When the officer pointed out that Tanner seemed more intoxicated than he was letting on, he couldn't really argue. However, being in law enforcement, he knew the drill. He walked over to the police car with the officer where he explained that he had been at a party. The cop instructed him to take his hands out of his pockets and cross them over his chest, and surprisingly, Tanner followed the protocol he was familiar with. The officer then decided to conduct sobriety tests, starting with the classic eye-tracking exercise using a pencil. But Tanner, fully aware of the situation, flat out refused to do the exercises. Honestly, it seems like a smart move if you already know you're going to fail. It saves time for everyone involved. The cop asked him if he'd refuse all of the tests, and Tanner gave him a firm yes. So, as expected, the officer told him to turn around and put his hands behind his back. It was handcuff time. That's when Tanner got formally arrested for driving under the influence. The officer went on to explain the usual rights, the right to remain silent, right to an attorney, you know. Even though Tanner made a mistake that night by getting behind the wheel after drinking, it's noteworthy that he cooperated with his colleague. The officer who pulled him over handled the situation professionally, ensuring the necessary procedures were followed.
We're just gonna walk back to the passenger side of my vehicle, okay? Watch yourself. We'll walk back to the passenger side of my vehicle. Yeah, man, I can smell the alcohol on you pretty bad, dude. How much have you had, dude?
I'm a little bit.
Too much? You're in law? You said you're in law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Go ahead and walk to the passenger side of my vehicle, all right, man? Just have you stand right here, okay? Right here, right here. Yep, I got you. So, keep your hands out of your pockets for me. You take them like this and put them on your chest, all right? So, where are you coming from?
Covington.
Covington. What were you doing down in Covington?
Bachelor party.
Bachelor party? Why didn't you stay down there? So you had, how many drinks you think?
Few.
A few?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put you through some field sobriety tests, okay, man? What?
I'm gonna decline.
You're gonna decline?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do tests.
Nothing? Okay. You want me to do an EHDN on you? Nothing? All right, go ahead and turn around for me, okay?
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back. Palms together. Right now what I'll do is I'm placing you under arrest for operating a vehicle while impaired, okay? Obviously you stated it. I know it. And you even stumbled getting out of the vehicle back there. You've had just a little bit too much to drink. Sounds like you made a poor choice tonight getting in that vehicle, okay? I'm sure since you said you're in law enforcement, you know the deal, okay? We're gonna walk to the front of my vehicle, okay? Just gonna face right here, all right? Go ahead and spread your feet for me, all right? All right, man. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. You have the right to a lawyer present during any questioning. If you're unable to pay, a lawyer won't be appointed to you prior to any question if you so desire. If you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time until you talk to a lawyer.